Welcome back to Imagine If. I'm your host as always, The Butler. Imagine If presents Scariest Nightmare Stories. In today's episode, we'll be covering 3 extremely creepy nightmare stories. These stories are from real people from all over the globe. Before we get started in tonight's show of Creepiest Nightmare Stories, I would like to personally thank everyone that supports this channel. If you are new to the channel, welcome. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. And at the end of the show, if you got any enjoyment out of the show, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. If you're ready for the scariest nightmare stories, let's jump right in. Nightmare 1. I've had this nightmare more than one time. I'm walking through a dark tunnel, which is complete darkness, and I can hear very scary echoes. I hear the echoes of things dropping and hitting the floor. Also hear echoes of people's voice chanting, "Follow me, follow my voice." At some point I get close enough and I hear the voices. And then someone or something grabs my arm. It pulls me deep into the ground, and it seems like an eternity. I just keep going deeper and deeper. Somehow, my body ends up in a body of water. It's still complete darkness, and I'm trying to swim around, but I can't see anything. Something grabs my arm as I'm swimming, and then I wake up. The scariest thing about this reoccurring dream is that the last time that I had this dream, I ended up with actual marks on my arm. Nightmare 2. I had a nightmare about being stranded on a boat. Me and my family, we were on a cruise and everything was normal. My wife and I were playing casino blackjack on the 3rd level. As the kids, they were swimming in the pool the level above us. As we were playing blackjack, we hit it big. We won $75,000. As we go to retrieve our money, lightning strikes the boat, and some creatures from outer space comes down and takes me into the spacecraft. These creatures, they look like alien replicants. They pour this liquid all over my body, which seems to form a body cast of some sort. After it molds my body, I then feel this burning sensation down the back of my neck into my middle back. The burning sensation intensifies, and then I wake up in a cold sweat. Nightmare 3. I had a nightmare about my college professor, Mr. St. John. I graduated from college 2 years ago. I had an English professor. His name was Mr. St. John. Mr. St. John was an older white gentleman who was a good teacher, but lacked basic communication skills, not speaking education-wise. Anyhow, in my nightmare, he was teaching the class, and all of a sudden, everything and everyone froze. Well, except for me. We had 3 large ceiling fans, which all stopped. Everyone in the class seemed to be put on pause, including Mr. St. John. I go around the classroom and I'm trying to wake everyone up. I look outside and people in traffic, everything has stopped. Then I go to the professor, and his back is towards me as he's facing the chalkboard. I tap him on the shoulder, and his entire body simply just melts like candle wax. I watched his body literally melt into a pile, and I turned around, and all of the students in the class were levitating off the ground. and they all had black eyes. They all simultaneously tilt their head to the left before everything goes completely black, and I wake up. I hope you enjoyed tonight's show. This is your host, as always, the Butler. If you have any nightmare stories you would like told on my channel, please email me at pangealifetalk@gmail.com. Email is in the description below. Also, be sure to check out my Real versus Fake Scary Stories playlist, where I tell a very creepy story, and it's up to you, the viewer, to determine if the story is true or false. And at the conclusion of the show, I would tell you if the story was based off actual facts or if I completely fooled you with my creative imagination. Sleep tight.